Colbyjack.net is proud to present From the Flames by Trisha M. Wilson. The people of the fire, the Blesa, led by their queens, have ruled the island of Alfeyju and oppressed the Driva, the people of the ice, for more than 16 generations. With the Drivian King in hiding and little hope on the horizon, the Driva looked to one person to save them from the vile Blesa, the Diviana. According to legend, the divinely gifted Diviana will one day overthrow the Blesa and restore the Drivian King to his rightful throne. But with the search having lasted for more than 400 years, will the Diviana ever come to light? Willow is the slave of the Raskpil family. Bought at the age of 4, 20 years have passed since her life irrevocably changed. Her existence is no worse than any other slave, but within, Willow wonders if there isn't something more she should be doing with her life other than serving the ungrateful. Ordered to travel with her master's family to Sondertoft, so her master's adult children can take part in an ancient rite of passage, Willow is shocked when she learns that she too must participate. Will she fail, as all before her have? Will she rise to the challenge and become stronger after passing through the flames? Episode 50, Chapter 28. Truth. "This looks like a nice village," Sigurd commented as he, Willow, and Hawk walked into Kristhaller. "Yes, it's always looked like a nice village," Willow said, trying to keep the memories, mostly the bad, from resurfacing. As they entered the village, people she'd known for most of her life took one look at her and then hurried into buildings or did an about-face. Anything to not acknowledge her or her companions. "Looks can be deceiving, though, as I keep learning." "What? You mean everyone acting like you've got the plague isn't how they used to treat you?" Sigurd asked. "Have you no tact, Sig?" Hawk asked, seeing her flinch at his words. "Some. Sorry, Willow. Didn't mean to hurt your feelings. I'm just angry at these people. Don't they know who you are?" "Yes, they do. They know I'm the crazy ex-slave of the Raskpils." "I meant—" "I know what you meant, and the answer is no. Do you really think my ex-master and mistress would tell the village that they threw out the one person who's supposed to make their lives better? They probably told them I ran away, or that I became dangerous in the big town. Most of them are so gullible they'd believe anything the Raskpils say, especially Mistress Brigitte. She has a way about her that stops people from questioning her. I've met people with such a disposition. Is there nobody who will tell you exactly what they've been saying about you?" Hawk asked, as he watched more people hurry into their homes. "No," Willow said. "I wasn't really allowed to have friends, and the few people I did connect with when I was younger, I lost contact with. All the work they piled on my plate didn't allow me much time out of the house. Eventually our relationships just evaporated." "I think we should hurry this visit up. I don't like the feeling I'm getting from this place," Hawk said. "I feel it too," Sigurd said, moving closer to Willow. "It's as if they're waiting for something to happen and don't want to be around to witness it." "Should have brought Adelina with," Val said. "It would have only turned the village more against us than they already are," Willow said. "With all this hostility around, would have been smart." "I'd also do anything to see the expression on your old family's face when you show up with a giant leopard with you." Lips twitching, she said, "That would have been a funny moment." "You want me to meet you at the house?" Adelina asked from where she was hunting. "No, I appreciate the offer, but you'd be a major distraction. Not how I want to handle this already stressful meeting." "Fine. Call me when you're done with the ex-relations." "I still say she should come," Val said. Willow ignored him and said to Hawk and Sigurd, "Follow me. The house is a little ways out of the village." In silence, and with the weight of unseen eyes following them, they walked along the dirt path that led to the home of Willow's slave family. As they crested the top of a short hill, she saw her former home. Made of wood, and within a sturdy split-rail fence, it was the picture of a perfect, pristine log cabin. And from the looks of the cleanly cut lawn and solid fence, it didn't look like they were suffering from her absence. Stopping before the wooden gate, Willow didn't open it right away. She knew that today would probably be her first and last trip to this dwelling, so she wanted to memorize every detail around her. Eventually, getting up the courage to open the gate, she had only taken a few steps before she heard the barks of the dogs as they ran around the side of the house straight at them. Hawk and Sigurd took a few steps back at the sight of them, not sure if they were dangerous. But Willow knelt down and said, "Hey, boys, come here!" At the sound of her voice, they skidded to a stop in front of her and tentatively sniffed the hand she held out before allowing her to pet them. "I missed you guys. They taking good care of you?" Both dogs barked, and she took the sounds as a yes. "Good," she murmured, still petting them. "I was worried what would happen to you when I left. If they ever stop taking care of you, you let me know, all right?" They barked yes again. "Where'd you mutts go?" a male voice yelled from the side of the house. Seeing Willow and her friends, Master Bassie stopped in his tracks, surprise on his face. Willow stood up after giving the dogs one last pat on the head. "Hello." Her words broke his silence. "What in the name of the gods are you doing here? Didn't Brigitta tell you never to show your face here again? You're not welcome, you." "Bassie, who are you talking to?" Mistress Brigitta asked, coming out of the front door. "You!" she rasped upon seeing Willow. "What are you doing here, you little slave?" "I am not a slave," Willow said with dignity, "and as a former member of this family, I have come to talk to you." "A former member of this family? You were never part of this family. All you were was a slave, and not a very good one at that," Mistress Brigitta said. "You will not talk to Willow like that," Sigurd said, stepping forward. Putting a supportive arm around her, he said, "Look at the woman in front of you. How can you still refuse to admit that she's—" "A wonderful person," Hawk said, cutting off Sigurd before he revealed too much. "We don't want any trouble. We just want to talk. Is that so much to ask?" "Talk? What do you want to talk about?" Master Bassie asked, sounding interested. "I don't care what you have to say. We accept your puny apology for embarrassing us. Now leave us in peace," Mistress Brigitta said before turning around to re-enter the house. "Stop," Willow said in a tone which left no question in anyone's mind that it was in order. "I have not come to apologize, for I have done nothing wrong. But I do have things to say to you. I would prefer to say them in the privacy of your home, where anyone coming from the village wouldn't be able to hear us. However, if you'd prefer to air grievances and dirty laundry out here, so be it." Mistress Brigitta and Willow glared at each other for a moment, each trying to read what was in the other's mind. Master Bassie's voice broke the standoff. "As long as you don't intend to stay too long, come inside." "What are you doing?" Mistress Brigitta screeched. "You can't invite them inside." "I can," Master Bassie said very firmly. "This is my house, and I have a say on who can and cannot come in. I am curious to know why they've come here. If you're not, you don't have to listen." "Fine," she bit out, "but don't expect me to feed them." "We wouldn't think of expecting anything from you," Willow said to Mistress Brigitta's back. "Thank you for being willing to listen to me," she said to Master Bassie. "Come," he said, not responding to her words. Leading the three of them into the modest two-story home, he said, "Settle around the table while I clean up. I'll be back in a second." The table's this way, Willow murmured, watching him leave the room. Not a bad house, Val commented. A little on the small side, but all in all, not bad. So glad you approve. Sitting at the hand-carved wooden table where Willow indicated they should sit, Hawk said, This is a nice house. Looks to be well built. Master Bassie's father built the home when he moved to this area. Before she could say anything else, they heard footsteps coming down the stairs behind them. What are you doing here? A woman's voice yelled when her feet hit the floor. Hello to you too, Naya, Willow said in a pleasant voice. It's nice to see you again. Anything new happen in your life? Don't act all sweet, you witch, Naya said venomously. Do you know what your antics at the festival cost me? No, I don't, Willow said quietly. Why don't you enlighten me and my companions? We had to leave the very next day after your little announcement. We had people actually coming to us wanting to know where you were. Once we made it clear that we'd thrown you out, they let us be. But we still couldn't stay. All the staring and whispering was too much to handle. And you know how much Ricky and I were counting on finding suitors while we were there, and because of you, we had to leave before I could find anyone even close to being the right man for me. You ruined possibly my only chance of getting married. Isn't that a little overdramatic? Sigurd asked, unable to stay quiet anymore. There's always next year's festival. Or is there? He said with a question in his voice. Will they still have it now that Willow's found what was on the island? The festival's beside the point, you idiot! Naya screeched, stomping her foot in frustration. There could be 50 festivals, and I wouldn't get to go to any of them. Papa said this was my one chance to find someone not from this village. Now I'm stuck with some dirty village fisherman or hunter. I wanted to marry someone important and wealthy. Your father is a fisherman and a hunter, Willow reminded Naya, and he's a very nice man. You could do a lot worse than someone like him. I don't want to live here the rest of my life. I'd rather die than marry a filthy hunter, she yelled. That could be arranged, Master Bassie said in a very dry voice. Go do some chores. And if you've done them all, find something constructive to do. If you see your brother, tell him to put our gear away and get ready for dinner. Yes, sir, Naya muttered, ducking her head to hide the embarrassment on her face. It was nice seeing you again, Willow said to her back. Naya didn't reply as she stomped out of the room. Don't mind her too much, Master Bassie said. You know how she acts when she doesn't get her way. She was convinced she'd find her ideal husband in Sondertoft, and nothing her mother or I say will change her mind. I remember your conversations, Willow said. Ricky had much more realistic expectations for the future. Has he found a wife yet? No, but there have been rumors around the village that he's gotten a girl pregnant. We haven't been approached yet, but if they're true, it's only a matter of time before he's married, he said, dragging a tired hand over his face. But this isn't what you wanted to talk about. No, it isn't, Willow agreed. Before we get to why I came, let me introduce you to my friends. This is Sigurd, and this is Hawk. Glad to meet you, Master Bassie murmured. As he finished shaking Hawk's hand, Mistress Brigida entered the room and sat next to her husband. Where'd you get them? Mistress Brigida asked. Get what? Willow asked. The clothes, the staff, the boat. At first I thought you stole them, but after talking to the twins, I realized you didn't have the time or the opportunity to steal them. So where'd you get them? Did you find them on the island when you were searching and decide to take them? That's what I've come to believe, but I'm curious to see what you say happened. You have been listening to From the Flames by Trisha M. Wilson. Read, recorded, mastered, encoded, and produced by Colbyjack.net. This work is released under a Creative Commons 3.0 Attribution, Non-Commercial, Share-alike license. Do what you want with it, just don't try to profit from it. Heaven knows we can't. If you have any questions, comments, or rants you wish to share with us, we can be reached at Colbyjack.net. That's COLBYTRAX @COLBYJACK.net. Yep, I sing it too. If you want to follow the exploits of Trisha in Twitterland, just search for Lady Trisha W on Twitter, or follow the ever-dashing, courageous, hardworking, intelligent, and immensely humble Colbyjack on the Twitters as well. If you find that you can't just wait to find out what will happen with Willow, the strong dude and the annoying dude, be heartened to know that From the Flames is available from Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and Smashwords, as well as from our little shop. Didn't you know about our little shop? Why, yes, we have a little shop located at shop. That's shop.colbyjack.net. That's shop.colbyjack.net. Yeah, real original there. There you will find the latest ebook versions of all our works in both Mobi and ebook, all DRM-free, as well as audiobook versions of such works as Firmware Hijacked and Proxy, as well, naturally, as well as From the Flames. The audiobooks differ from the podcasts in that the headers and bumpers only run once, and the episodes are grouped into hour-long episodes for easy burning to CD or for downloading on the go. If you find you don't need any stuff, but just want to thank us monetarily for our efforts here, just head on over to Colbyjack.net, select either audio or visual, and look for the donate button located on the blog roll. Well, anyway, thank you for listening, have a wonderful week, and remember to be fabulous.